The slow disappearance of local geniuses is a phenomenon that has been quietly happening over the past few decades, and it's largely due to the rise of Google and other search engines.
What do you mean by local geniuses? And how has Google affected them?
Local geniuses are individuals who possess a deep understanding of a specific domain or field, and they often become the go-to experts in their communities. However, with the advent of Google, people can now easily find information online, making these local geniuses seem less relevant.
But that's a good thing, right? I mean, who needs a local expert when you have the entirety of human knowledge at your fingertips?
That's a common misconception. The problem is that while Google can provide a wealth of information, it can't replace the depth of knowledge and understanding that a local genius possesses. These individuals have spent years studying and experiencing their field, and they can provide nuanced and contextualized advice that a search engine can't.
I'm not convinced. I can just Google anything I need to know, and I'll get 1,000 different answers. What's the harm in that?
The harm is that you're not developing a deep understanding of the subject matter, you're just skimming the surface. When you rely solely on Google for information, you're not exercising your critical thinking skills, and you're not learning how to evaluate information effectively. You're essentially becoming a regurgitator of facts, rather than a thinker.
But what's wrong with having access to so much information? Isn't that a good thing?
It's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, having access to so much information can be incredibly powerful. But on the other hand, it can also lead to a lack of depth and understanding. When you have too much information at your fingertips, you start to lose the ability to think critically and make connections between ideas. You become a mile wide and an inch deep.
I never thought of it that way. But what about the local geniuses? How are they being affected by this?
They're becoming obsolete. People are no longer seeking them out for advice and guidance because they think they can find everything they need to know online. It's a sad state of affairs because these individuals have so much to offer and they're being pushed to the sidelines.
That's a shame. I never realized the impact that Google was having on local geniuses. What can we do to change this?
We need to start valuing depth of knowledge over breadth of information. We need to start seeking out local geniuses and learning from them rather than just relying on Google. We need to develop our critical thinking skills and learn how to evaluate information effectively. Only then can we start to reverse the trend of the disappearing local genius.